Hi, I'm Tim Roble and welcome to another episode of Adventure Athlete. Just walked from Ocean Park down to Santa Monica. So it's about a 1.5 mile walk, and right now we're on the Santa Monica side of Muscle Beach. Got people practicing martial arts. I don't know if you can see the girl in the background that's doing the handstand. Super muscles. Got rings back there. Some really cool stuff to check out. But I'll talk as we head down towards the pier. Pier's probably the main attraction. Right now it's Tuesday. I want to say it's like June 10th or 11th. And not super busy right now, but there's enough people out to do a cool video and do some people watching. One of the things that I did notice last year, they started banning the electric scooters, the Bird and the Lime scooters. And now I've noticed that they have banned scooters, skateboards, and bicycles, which kind of sucks. Really, I'm sure it's because of the higher speeds, but why don't we just set a speed limit of, 11 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour, whatever you want to set it at, and then keep people to that versus banning them, because it really does give people a neat alternative way to go see some stuff that might be hard to do on foot. For myself, I know I'm good for 20-25 miles in a day. Am I sore that afternoon? Yeah, I am. But it's the same thing with like backpacking. You start off at 13-14 miles a day, and next thing you know, you're in the groove. You're doing 20-25. Some people are even doing 50-mile days. That's not so much me. Wonderful you got the pier. My next video that I'm doing is going to be at the promenade. And basically, if you follow this pier straight up and follow the signs, I think it's 2nd Street, you can make a left, and that'll take you up to the promenade, which is kind of cool. Shopping, but what makes it cool, in my opinion, usually it happens a little bit later in the evening. There's a lot of restaurants, cool little bar scene, and a lot of street performers. Now, right now on this trip, there's probably been the least amount of street performers that I've seen on any trip. And for me, that's a little disappointing, but I know it's an off day. If you were down here Saturday or Sunday, it's going to be going off. And if you're a people watcher, that would be the time and place to do that. Now, I believe these performers all register. You can see we got like a star here, and you're assigned a spot and a time frame that you can be there. And I believe it's the same thing with the vending that's done on a lottery. Got some new posts here. I didn't see those last year. I know there was a couple, but not that many. So once again, we're at a spot where it's multicultural. People from all over the world come here. I've heard French, of course, Spanish. Definitely some people from England, Australia, UK. One of the other parking lots, we tend not to use this one. It's a little bit more expensive, and it's usually more crowded. Like on the weekends, it's hard to get in there. But as you can see from heading out on the pier, which is the beginning or the end of Route 66, as you want to call it. So I guess we could probably call it the end, but it depends on which end you're starting at. I've really been looking. It won't be this year, probably maybe 3 years. I want to do that Harley tour that's supported. You rent a Harley, ride it 2 up, me and my wife, and it goes across the United States and stops at all the hokey little sites like the Ball of Twine and stuff like that. But it's supported with the van. Like, they take your luggage and you just ride your motorcycle and stop and pour gas, stop for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And for me, that's really, really cool. So this is just stuff you don't see every day. And once again, you see shirts from all over the world. see a lot of people wearing United States, USA shirts that are from other countries, just because they believe America is a wonderful place to come. And maybe, I don't know who these guys are, if they're supposed to be someone or not, or their own unique dress, but like I say, always interesting. Of course, you got the Ferris wheels and the little roller coaster. The Oatman Rock Shop. If you've watched one of my other videos, was done in Oatman, and it's actually on Route 66 also, kind of in between Bullhead and Kingman, maybe Needles and Kingman, we'll say. But there's times here that we come out at 8, 9 o'clock at night, and this place is so crowded that you can barely even walk. Nice little pins and stuff to collect. So aerobatics, my wife did that, I believe that was 2 years ago, and had a wonderful time for her birthday. Learned to, swing on the trampoline, not the trampoline, what is that called? Tightrope? No? I don't know, you tell me what it's called down in the comments. Anyway, trapeze, that's what the word I was looking for. She did the trapeze, and she was able to do the flip and the catch at the end.
Take out a $10 bill, throw your wallet in the hat.
Anyway, just you'll see a lot of stuff. Another time, it's one of those deals you want to bring $1 in your pocket and help support some of the people that you think are cool or funny or talented. If they don't strike you as anything, walk by them. But if you're gonna stand around and watch your show, give them $1. That's just my thought. If you don't, sooner or later, they're gonna end up being gone. So we're about mid-pier now. And about 3 years ago, they did a big rehab of the center section of the pier. So a lot of these shows set up and they start real slow to attract a crowd, draw you in, and then they kind of get going and do their thing. One of the ones that comes to mind is the Calypso tumblers. I saw probably 12 years ago, and the dude did a forward flip over about, I think, 12 people. That was pretty impressive. I ended up buying his DVD and giving him another $10 for a tip for just an awesome show. Donald Trump right there, singing. It's out every once in a while. A lot of these people you see from time to time, year in, year out. One of the guys that kind of has a, I don't know what that's called, like a turban on his head, and he wears rollerblades and plays the guitar. He's super talented. You see him every year, but not as often as you used to, because he's got so many TV cameos and different gigs that I think he opens for one of the rock bands and does some stuff. So like he's all over the place. But we were out here last year and we're lucky enough to get to talk to him. And he was selling shirts, so I bought a shirt for my wife from him to help support his stuff. But I have a feeling he's probably making more money than we are right now, and which is good. I mean, good for him. He's found a life of passion and pursued it, and for me, I think that's a good thing. That's what I wish I would have done, was found my niche. And been like more of a digital nomad, living life every single day out doing stuff. But at least for the next 5 or 6 years, we're going to be kind of stuck to doing road trip vacations, long weekends, and doing events, and then going from there. So we'll see what happens. A lot of talent around. This Mexican food restaurant right here at the end of the pier is really good. Highly recommended. We've eaten there, I don't remember how many times. I will have to say, look at the price of a Cadillac margarita before you order it, because I want to say it's something crazy like $21. And Yeah, no drink out there is worth $21 in my opinion. But here's kind of the end of the Santa Monica Pier and the end of Route 66. Kind of a little bit of the history of Route 66. And here again, if you don't know anything about that, Google it. Google is a wonderful thing these days. 2,448 miles of Route 66. And once again, I think that would be awesome to do the motorcycle journey across the United States and, you know, stop at the world's largest ball of twine and the dinosaur tracks and all that stuff, you know. I think that would be super cool. And another one of those, I use that word too often, is epic, but epic tour. This trip we've done, this was the beginning of my wife's summer, but she always is working. She's doing 12, 16-hour days as a vice principal, and she did schedule Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, so that allowed us to link Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I think we're going to end up heading home tonight, just because we're going to have to drop another $100 on a place to stay. And that's a tough thing to do, for me anyway. I've looked at iOverlander for a couple places to stay locally for free, but that doesn't really exist. So we'll just walk down. This is the furthest part of the pier. And if you're real slick, you can kind of notice this out here. And it's a rocky, I guess we'd call that a reef. And on low tide, you can see it a lot more pronounced. But I've looked at that for years, so something to keep in mind if you're going to take your boat out here. Observe the buoy.
Islands, tigers on a golden street again. We ain't got to love affair. We'll never be wrong.
Trying to think what the name of this blue and gold hotel is, but it's a historic hotel. I want to say something like the Giorgio. Don't quote me on that, but we've stayed there before. It was kind of nice. Expensive. And then right here at the end of the pier, this tan with the blue roof, I want to say that's called like the Wyndham at the end of the pier. Man, it's one of those things that was a suck-in. It was, the rooms were $178, which seemed to be a bargain for here, but they hit you with a like a $60 resort fee, and then they hit you for $47 for valet parking, and that was the only thing that was available. And then the kicker was, is if you wanted to take your car out, you would have to spend another $47 for them to check your car back in. So that, yeah, that ended up being something crazy, like with taxes and everything, like a $300 and some hotel for the night. Kind of funny. So as we look this way off the pier to our right or south, that will be Venice down there, and that's where the other video was filmed. Hope I'm showing up audio wise on this with all the background music going on. But that down there is the Venice Pier. These piers are probably, I want to say, 3 miles apart. So I think I'm at somewhere around 3 miles total right now from where I shot that last video. So right in that same arena. I love the Ferris wheel at night. If you've seen the movie 1941, that was the Ferris wheel. They came out to observe the Russian sub in the Pacific Ocean. So that always reminds me of that. It's kind of cool. Alright, so we're going to continue up the pier and we're going to go check out the promenade and see what we can find there for anyone that's a street performer and anything going on there. If you're here for like the week or whatever, there's a cool trail right up at the top here that runs all the way down the coast, and I forget what the next city is down there, but It goes all the way down, and it's super cool, nice and shaded. Once again, at home, it's like 107 degrees right now in San Bernardino, 111 in Bullhead. And then down here, we're sitting, I think, somewhere around 74 degrees. A lot of talent right here. Like I say, if you're a people watcher, always something cool to check out. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. I thank each and every one of you guys for watching. I appreciate your views. I'm Tim Roble. I'll catch you here next time.